All right, you showed up again. Very well done. In this particular video, we're talking about this idea of a factorial. I did not tell you the name of what I was using before with that little exclamation point on purpose. The factorial simply means that I'm going to take the product of an integer and all the integers consecutively below it. Just multiply them all together. So factorial 4, or sometimes people will say 4 factorial, simply means you're taking 4, 3, 2, and 1 and multiplying. Now I said I was going to do just number 4, but I think I want to take a step back and rehearse here how to do this on your calculator. So 5 factorial, if we did it by hand, would be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and would get 120 different ways, or 120, depending on what your context of your problem is. Or we could look at this by way of calculator. If you go and take a look at your calculator, I have one here, then you'll notice I could just write in the number 5. And if I go to this, there's a little key down here on the bottom right hand corner of your keypad. There's a question mark, and you'll see there's a exclamation point right there. Give it to me. And hit enter. And so your calculator, in a much more efficient way, will give you, went to yesterday's lesson there, will give you the same value of 120. I wanted to talk about number 4. This is a pre-calculus idea. We want a definition for n. And so we're talking about how do we figure out how to describe this in any numerical scenario. So let's think about this. If my initial number is n, say I'm looking at just, I'm looking at 8 factorial, which is equivalent to n factorial. When we go and demonstrate or figure out a pattern or a way to define n factorial, we're really starting with the largest number, n. And then we're going to multiply it by the next number that's consecutively below 8. Well, the next number below 8, or the next number below n, would be n minus 1, followed by n minus 2. I think you see my pattern here. And then uh, at the end, at the very end, I'm eventually going to get to 3, 2, and 1. This is a formal definition of finding n factorial. And since I'm on a roll, let's take a look at number 5. Based on this, what will be the value of 0 factorial? I'm going to actually clean this up a little bit. And I'm going to take out the phrase based on this, because this is really according to the math community. We made a decision. We actually made a decision that 0 factorial, in order for our factorial computations to work out always, 0 factorial will be equal to 1. And so if we consider a small example like 3 factorial divided by 0 factorial, well, 3 factorial has value. That's equal to 3 times 2 times 1. 0 factorial has to have a value, or otherwise you get an undefined scenario. So this is why it's 1, and we come up with 6.